Jeez, I'm going to be very late on this. With the EA Sports College Football 25 gameplay finally being reviewed to us, and boy does it look beautiful. We get to see the gameplay, mechanics, and a whole lot of different features that are going to be included within the game. This video will be about every single feature, highlight, and everything that I saw personally about the EA Sports College Football gameplay. This is the breakdown. Let's get right into it. So for our first clip, we see my man Ollie Gordon have a nice juke for the breakout run. This just looks incredible, man. Animations look great, just like the graphics look beautiful. Man, it just looks fantastic. We also get to see the first image of the Scorebug, but I'm actually going to talk about this later. But overall, the stadium render looks fantastic. We can see Ollie Gordon have like the leg sleeves on, and man, there's going to be so much detail in every single stadium and every single player. Man, it just looks fantastic. But on to the next clip. In this clip, we can see Emeka Mbuka making a 1-foot catch, and this animation looks great. This is actually the same animation from the gameplay trailer. Cool to see that, you know, 1 foot inbounds. It's different. It's gonna be different from the NFL. And man, Ohio Stadium looks so good in this clip. It looks so clean. And also Emeka Mbuka's player model also looks clean, which is not the same story for every single player model, but we'll discuss that when we get to the clip. But yeah, overall, great shot, great animation too. And yeah, let's move on to the next clip. And all right, here we have our first bad player model, and I'm going to call out every single one of them that I think it's bad. First of all, Jackson Arnold in this clip is actually black. I don't know why. I think that's hilarious. I think it's hilarious, but he's actually white. But you know, they have expressed that they're going to fix everything. This is not the final player model, so they'll fix this once the final game comes out. And of course, there's going to be a lot of differences between this gameplay trailer and the final cut of the game. But yeah, I just wanted to point this out. His character is actually black in this clip, but he's actually white, so I just wanted to point that out. All right, on to the next clip. And all right, here we see our first wide shot. And actually, I'm going to talk about the Scorebug right here for this clip. And honestly, in my opinion, I think the Scorebug looks fantastic. It's its own unique thing, and honestly, I really like that. Also, like how it's not on the top like Madden. A lot of people also said that they don't show like the record for the scoreboard, but it's actually in Dynasty. I think the reason why it doesn't show the record is because it's in Play Now and not, you know, Dynasty or Road to Glory. But yeah, no, it will show the record in Dynasty because I've actually seen many clips of it showing the record. But yeah, the scoreboard looks very clean. I like it, and yeah. But other than that, moving on to the actual like visual, I think this is actually Kansas's old stadium. So that's gonna be very cool to see because, you know, they're actually playing at Kansas City Stadium for the year for home games. I also wanted to point out that the player hurdling here is actually wearing a completely different number. It was wearing number 4 before, and now it's wearing number 23. I thought that was funny. But yeah, cool clip. All right, so I'm going to talk about the wear and tear system and what my opinions are on the actual new system. So how the wear and tear system actually works is, you know, if a player keeps getting hit or, you know, they're tired, they're going to actually implement injuries for the player. These injuries and, you know, fatigue can actually affect the players overall. It can make them slower. If a quarterback gets hit really hard on his throwing arm, he can actually have like a bad throwing rating. Yeah, so this is actually a very, very complicated system, which I think it's a great idea. Actually, I think it's something new, so I think a lot of people are actually going to like the system other than, you know, hate on it. I remember somebody saying when they actually went down to Orlando for the gameplay that the wear and tear system made their player go down 43 overalls, which is very interesting actually. But yeah, I think this is a very cool system, and I'm actually glad something new is actually being implemented into the game. It's just another reason to think that this game is not going to be a Madden reskin. But yeah, the wear and tear system is in the game, and honestly, I like it. All right, I just wanted to point this out also for Texas State Stadium. A lot of people were actually, like, you know, complaining about Texas State Stadium, how it's very inaccurate and how the NCAA 14 version looks so much better, only because of the double deck that's right here by the booth box. EA said that they were actually going to fix this, and this stadium wasn't actually complete yet. But yeah, they said this wasn't the final render. They're still working on this stadium, so yeah, we can all calm down about that. Also, as well, a player from Texas State also commented about his overall 55 overall right here. And a lot of people were talking to him like, bro, you go to Texas State and you're a backup lineman or whatever. So I just wanted to point that out as well. I thought that was pretty funny. And all right, moving on, we see our first glimpse of the player attributes. So I think personally these player attributes are pretty much just badges from 2K. I think they're going to work in a very similar fashion. It just gives a player an upgrade for what the actual stats are. So this is going to be a very cool feature. It looks something completely new, and honestly, I really like this feature. It's going to be very, very interesting. For these player attributes. A freshman quarterback will have less attributes than, like, you know, the senior star quarterback. A senior quarterback will be able to see and, like, you know, read the field much more accurately than a freshman quarterback you just recruited. So this is going to be a very, very cool feature. I'm glad this is like something completely new. And yeah, shout out EA for this great feature idea, and I think it's going to be, you know, a lot of fun to customize and use.
Here you can see the stadium pulse meter is maxed out, but the visiting quarterback does not have the mental ability, headstrong, which provides resistance to distractions.
So, Stadium Pulse has returned. I believe Stadium Pulse was back in NCAA 06 if I'm not wrong, but yeah, Stadium Pulse is back, and honestly, I am so excited for this feature. The amount of research EA has done to make sure that the crowd noise is going to be super accurate as it is in real life is unbelievable. I'm hearing from a lot of different sources that the crowd noises are very, very accurate. For the Stadium Pulse, it also shows, like, you know, toughest places to play, like right next to it. So that's going to be very, very interesting. I believe like LSU was like #1 and Georgia was #2. But yeah, Stadium Pulse is back. But that's not the only thing I noticed. Kirk Herbstreit was also talking about a player's ability called Headstrong. And this ability allows the player to not, you know, be rattled by the crowd noise and be able to make plays, know the play, make great throws, etc. So yeah, that's going to be very cool, and I'm glad we get to see what an actual player ability does. Also wanted to quickly say that a clap snap is actually in the game. This is actually a very cool detail. Clap snaps in college are very common, so yeah, that's cool to see. And alright, here we see our first glimpse of the team selection menu for the game, and I guess those leaks from a couple weeks back are actually true, because I just never seen this exact screen from back in like May. It was like early May. I guess this is true, and honestly, this looks so clean. Look, you know, it just looks fantastic. We also see some team overalls, which is hilarious. I saw that Iowa had a 71 overall offense. But of course, this is not final until the game releases. Everything will 100% be changed. Like, I saw like Baylor had like a 92 overall team and whatever. People were complaining about Clemson's overall. I'm talking about it was too high, but whatever. But these ratings are not final, so you have to worry about that. And I'm sure everything will be fine once the game comes out. We can also see a couple different customizations for selecting your team. Like, I can see that you can even the team overall. I see that like at the bottom of the screen, but I also see on the very top part of the screen, like, you can select the team by conference. And this is actually a very, very helpful feature, because, you know, back in the day in NCAA 14 or any past NCAA game, you had to like scroll through every single team in college football, and I'm like, yo, this is way too much. But for this game, it actually gives you the choice to select the team by conference. So shout out EA for actually implementing this feature. Alright, so in this clip we can see our first glimpse of the play selection screen, and man, this actually has to be the cleanest play selection screen out of any Madden and NCAA title. I mean, just look at it. It shows every single detail that you possibly need to know. It also shows like in the crowd and stadium environment, so like that's a pretty cool touch. And wow, it really shows you everything, including total yards, time of possession, the score. So yeah, this looks very, very clean, and wow, this just looks incredible. And alright, here we have revamped passing, the new passing mechanic for the game. I think it's gonna be very good, but you know, the people that actually played the game said that it takes a little second to get used to. However, I think everyone's gonna be able to learn it. It's not gonna be super difficult. Of course, the timing of the passing is gonna be different for each quarterback, so that's gonna be very cool. You know, it kind of adds to the skill gap of, you know, just being able to throw the ball in the game. With the new revamped passing, we can also see a new audible tree for receivers and plays, and man, look how many options are in this menu. It's unbelievable. We get to customize like how far the receiver can go within this route. Man, it just looks so good, and honestly, shout out EA and all the guys that implemented this feature. It's such a great idea. We can also have custom audibles and custom hot routes. That's going to be so cool to use, and then, you know, it's really just giving us the player more options to use, and this game is really starting to feel like an open sandbox game, so that's going to be very, very cool to see, and I can't wait to use this feature. I also wanted to point out that these throw animations look exactly like K Klubnik's throw animations, especially this one, the second one. I've literally seen him do this throw. I'm gonna point it like side by side so you guys can see it, but yeah, I thought this was pretty cool, so I just wanted to add that in real quick. And alright, the final thing I want to talk about is the new feature called the switch stick. Now this feature is going to be incredible. The amount of times that I've tried to, like, you know, pick off a screen or pick off a ball in midair, but I'm actually not able to do it because I'm not able to put my player in the right position, it has been unbelievable. But this feature will allow you to actually switch the player while the ball is still in the air and actually make a play. So yeah, this is a great feature. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of broken controllers and a lot of, you know, raging that comes from this exact feature, but it is what it is. But other than that, I'm so glad EA added this feature, and it was much needed. So yeah, shout out EA. And with that, that pretty much covers everything I wanted to talk about this gameplay trailer. Also want to apologize for this video being so late in the making. I know I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna do it. I technically already started recording this and I just didn't feel like making it, but yeah, here it is now. And once again, guys, I apologize for not having any videos up on the channel for a week. I've just been very busy, and I'm gonna try to, you know, sneak in some videos here and there about some major topics. I still gotta talk about my top teams to actually build a dynasty with, and a lot of other video ideas that are coming very soon. So please stay patient with me, they're coming real soon. But other than that, I just want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for 500 subscribers as well. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys for watching, and have a great day, everybody.